Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today I'm going to follow up on the Goodwin Champions, the coupons, the return coupons that I did in the last video. And I got a lot of comments, and I appreciate every single one of the comments. I got the coffee brewing in the background there. And so anyway, I went through every one of the comments because, as you know, it was a tough choice for me, and I've essentially kept both of these because I couldn't make the decision. So I'm going to go ahead and share my tally here of what the comments said. And I had tons and tons of comments. I mean, tons of comments. I've got to thank everybody for all the comments that I got. But what I wanted to do is just kind of go over the total. So I had 2 people that said to keep them both. Now, I've kept them both for a long time, and I think I'm gonna, this is the time to move them. So keeping both, yeah, I thought about that. I did that for a long time, but I have now decided I gotta get rid of them. Gotta get rid of one of them. So 2 people voted keeping both. No opinion. I had 7 people give no opinion, or they couldn't decide, or they said, it's up to me, that type of thing, that, really no decision as to which one to pick. So as far as to keep this one, the PSA 4, I had 12 people say to keep this one because it's better centered and stuff like that. And I had 12 people say to keep this one because it's a higher grade, it's clearer printing, and the holder is a lot better. So it was 12 to 12, guys. 12 to 12 with 7 no opinions and 2 to keep both. So my decision, since really that's how difficult it is, everybody was basically the same thing, 12 to 12. And then 7 no opinions and 2 said keep the both. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and keep the 5. I'm gonna keep the higher grade one for a few reasons. I think first, it is clearer as far as the printing compared to the other one. It's a little darker printing. The holder's a lot better. You can see it's not gonna slide around in this holder versus this holder here. But I think the main reason, 2 main reasons. First of all, I've gotta go with probably one of the people that I admire the most in this hobby is Dave Blue Jacket. And Dave left me a great comment, and I think I'm gonna go with his comment. And he said, keep the highest graded. Condition matters for future value. Condition is king in any collectibles arena. Anyone that tells you different can't afford the better condition item. So they rationalize reasons to own lesser condition cards. So Dave said, like he said, condition is king and keep the highest graded. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what Dave Blue Jacket suggests, and the other 12 people that suggested I keep the highest. For the 12 people that said to keep the lowest, I'm gonna sell or trade this. So if you want this one, it's coming to Strongsville. So that's my choice on that. And for thanking everybody, I'm going to go ahead and share what I said I would. It's the album that comes with this. So it says on the back here, as you can see, what's on the front? On the front, it says, for 50 of these certificates, you secure the Champion album. This is the Champion album. So in this album are these cards, the whole set. And this is a Muldoon, the wrestler. I will also be bringing this one to Strongsville. So anybody's interested in the Muldoon, I'll be doing a video on all the cards I'm bringing to Strongsville, and I'll share that in the next few days. So let's take a look at this book. This is what you would get with the coupons that you would submit. So I'm gonna be very careful with this book because it's very, very, very delicate. It's over 140 years old, and I don't want to handle it too much, but I do want you guys to get a good look at it. And that's what it looks like. the back. You can see that's the King Kelly card in there, Dunlop, that's Jack Glasscock, and that's the Tim Keefe card with the United States flag in the back. And you can see this is very nicely done. It's handmade, and it's the binding was hand done there. So this is the front of the book, and it's the Champions album, and it has all of the champion sports guys in the world at this time. So let's take a look at the first page. I'm going to be very careful with this. So if you could see that, how beautiful that looks. That's the first page. And the first page, I'll go ahead and come down and show you. It has Cap Anson. It has Carruthers, Dan Brothers. I'll give you guys a good look at that book. And you can see on the other side here, which is the back of that page, it shows the old Judge Gypsy Queen with all the information and their address here. And the old judge, the smoker guy. So that's, you see the beautiful artwork with the bat and the ball, how gorgeous this is done. It's just an incredible book with some incredible artwork in here. Here's the next page. I want to be very, very careful with these. This is the, you have to be very careful because as you can see, the binding on this thing is pretty, it's pretty old, so it's all stuck in there, and the glue kind of will crack. But you can see there, just a beautiful artwork. I mean, you've got to see it in person. The cards are literally printed in there with all the artwork around it. And it's just, here's the oars. These are the oarsmen, the champion oarsmen, and that's Beach, Teamer, Hanlon, and Gaudur. Here's the billiard guys. And these pages are pretty thick. They're about thick as the card, but as you can see, you have to be very careful because this is hand done, and it's just it will come apart. That's why a lot of these books have been broken apart and cut out. So you can find these cut out and sold, but it ruins the whole book. But these are the billiard guys. So you got Daly, you got Schlosson, Schaefer, Sexton, and Vigneault. Next page shows the tennis guys. And it's beautiful because it has the entire tennis, lawn tennis court. And it's got the top tennis players there, Sears. It's got Beekman, Dwight, who is the founding father of tennis. And it has Taylor. So let's take a good look at this artwork, and you can see how beautiful and how just intricate this artwork is. You can see them playing there. You see the fans dressed up. You see they got horses and stuff in the background. Just incredible artwork on these pages. And that's why this album was one of these that you had to get 50 of these coupons to get this album. And back in those days, that was a lot. Still a lot. And here is one of the top pages in the book because this has the Beecher, the actual Beecher in there, along with the marksman Bogarters. And then it has W. Bird Page, the high jumper. It's got the broad swordsman, Duncan Ross, and it's got Myers, who was the first Jewish star athlete. And you see how beautiful the artwork in the back. It's got the shooting thing in there. It's got like Indian gear here. So just really beautiful, beautiful artwork on these in this book and these pieces. So let's go to the next page here. And the next one has the boxers. And this is, again, another gorgeous page with Jack Dempsey. You've got Jake Kilrain, you got Charlie Mitchell, Jem Smith, and of course the champion of all champions, John L. Sullivan. So it's a beautiful card, beautiful book, beautiful pictures. And you see, this was the ring, how they did the ring, and the shoes that they wore, and the sponge, and that's the boxing gloves they wore. So it's just try to give you guys a good look at that artwork on that. Just incredible art, and really you got to see it in person. It's just it's just so much better in person than you can see it here. The brightness of the colors and things are just incredible, and it's just it's just one of these. This is the kind of stuff that I just love. The artwork that was done back in those days in the 1880s was just something that it was just incredible stuff. The next page is the jockeys, and I'll be very careful here with the jockeys. And the jockeys again has some great artwork with the horse there. It has all of the jockeys. It's got Isaac Murphy, it's got McLaughlin, Snapper Garrison, and I forgot this guy's name on there, but anyway. That's Wood, I think, yeah, Wood. Yeah, Charles Wood. So look at the horse on there, the artwork on that piece. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff. Again, this is all kind of done, it was all done by hand. The drawings and everything. So let's go to the next page here. Carefully, and this is one of the prettiest pages in my opinion here. This is the page that has Buffalo Bill. And it's got the top pool player there, which is Dioro. It's got the world's strongest man, Emil Voss. It's got Muldoon. There's Muldoon there. See that? Look at the brightness of the colors on this. And Joe Acton, another one of the wrestlers. And again, Buffalo Bill. And then it's got all the stuff with the wrestling and the Indians. I mean, check this out. There's Buffalo Bill. There's the wrestling. Look at the wrestling. Guys wrestling, the Indian, and the horses. Just some beautiful, beautiful artwork. Look at that. Check out that artwork on that. I mean, the details of this is just incredible. All the details that they did on that. Incredible stuff. Beautiful artwork on these books. So I just wanted to share that one too. So again, all 50 cards from the Goodwin Champions set are in this thing. So we're going to move on to the next page, and now comes the chess players and the pedestrians. The pedestrians really are the marathoners because they ran marathons, but it was more, walking and running and walking and running type thing. They called them pedestrians, but essentially they went hundreds of miles. This is the Suckertort, Steinich, and Mackenzie, who were the top chess players, and you could see the beautiful chess board that they had there, they drew on there. Just great stuff. I mean, the artwork on these, again, it's just gorgeous, and you can see, give you guys a good look. I mean, look at the artwork on that. Look at the artwork on the Roel. Oops, let's see here, so you can see that. There you go, look at that. Great artwork on these cards. So move on to the next page here, and let's see what we got here. The next one is the bicycle guys. Check this out. So this one has the bicycle racers, and it's got Stevens, it's got Prince, it's got Wood, and it's got Rowe. And you could see how they raced in the big bicycle. Rowe is riding the big bicycle here, and you can see Wood here with the big bicycle in the background there. But the race is the coolest part of this whole thing, and you could see them literally racing. Here it is. You could see them literally racing back in those days with those big bicycles. How they would race back in the late 1800s. the 1880s. So I'll get another beautiful page, beautiful artwork. Good look at the racers there. Look at that. There's a guy up standing up here in the thing. Great artwork. And it just adds to the cards themselves because it's kind of like in action. So the next, and I think this is the last page. Yeah, this is the last page of the book. And the last one, of course, has the smokers, old judge. And then it's got the back. So that is the Goodwin Champions book from 1888. And that's the book that you would get redeemed when you sent 50 coupons of these to the Goodwin company. So I just wanted to thank everyone for leaving their great comments and allowing me to make my decision and contributing to my decision. So I just thank you, everybody. And there's the book again. So I am going to keep the 5. And you know, my other decision is that there hasn't been a sale of this, of any of these since 2020. And the last one that sold was a 3 that sold for $400, $399. So the 3 sold for $400. It's tough to determine what the 5 would be, especially if the 3 sold in 2020. So it's a lot easier for me to kind of figure out what the price would be for the 4, closer to the 3, versus the 5. So I'm going to go ahead and hold on to the 5, and then I will determine what the price of the 5 is, depending on the price that the 4, because the 4 is going to kind of set the stage for the price there, since there are no 4s that were sold or 5s that were sold. And again, it's been almost 5 years since the last one of these sold. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the book. I hope you liked the coupons, and leave me some comments. I'm going to go ahead and take this one to Strongsville with some other cards that I'll go ahead and feature in a video very soon for all the cards I'm taking to trade or sell at Strongsville. Thanks for watching, guys. Have an awesome day. This is Orlando from A Collector's Dream, and I'll catch you on the next one.